Well, a demolition drive in Bengaluru has now turned into a political storm that has also reached Kerala. The razing of homes, many belonging to Muslim families, drew strong criticism from Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, who accused Congress-led Karnataka government of using bulldozer justice. Now, as outrage grew and protests mounted, Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar announced that affected families would be rehabilitated on humanitarian grounds. While this may bring some relief to those who lost their homes, it has also raised a bigger political debate about double standards that political parties often adopt, selective outrage, and whether compassion comes only after political pressure. The big question is, was rehabilitation always a plan, or did it come only after the backlash? Before we get in our guests, let's take a look at some reactions.
It is a government land on which these people are living there by making temporary sheds, and they have been demolished by the corporation.
Not fit for human habitation, so dangerous to live there, sir.
On the ground of humanitarian grounds, we are making alternative arrangement. It is a political, see, they make it a political issue. Please ask Pinarayi.
ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಲ್ ಎನ್ಕ್ರೋಚ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಲ್ ಎನ್ಕ್ರೋಚ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋರಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನು ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ರೆಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಯವರೇ ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕೆಲವು ಮಾನವೀಯತೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಏನು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಹೌಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾತ್ ಎಲಿಜಿಬಲ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಕೆಲವುದು ನಮ್ಮವರು ಕೆಲವು ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾರ್ಡ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹಕ್ಕುಪತ್ರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಜನರ ಹೊರಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದವರು ಹೊಸದಾಗೂ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಜಿನೈನ್ ವೋಟರ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ರಿಹಾಬಿಲಿಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
Chief Minister taken a U-turn. What yesterday he was telling, today he has taken a U-turn. What is this?
Why do you think that's happening, sir?
See, because they are showering to Venugopal. When he put a small word, they will do it in a big way. Who is Venugopal to interfere in the affairs of Karnataka? See, he can give a suggestion, but he cannot order like this. And they are all who are there. So unofficially constructed the houses and are staying. They are all, according to our sources, they are Rohingyas. Maybe some Dalits also there, because they have brought them to guard them.
We have B.S. Arun, who's a political analyst, joining us now. He's also a senior journalist. And we have Prashant G.S., BJP spokesperson, joining us. Thank you, both of you, for being part of this broadcast. We're also joined by CPM MP from Kerala, John Brittas. Thank you, Mr. Brittas, for your time. Why did Pinarayi Vijayan feel the need to talk about what's happening in Karnataka? Because clearly he's the Kerala Chief Minister. But Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar has taken objection to the Chief Minister of Kerala. Whatever objections he raised, because DKS is now saying that the demolitions are on encroached land and the land mafia was only trying to create slums there, and the Chief Minister, your Chief Minister, Kerala Chief Minister, spoke without knowing what the ground reality was.
I'm glad that he talked in terms of land mafia. He should at least check with his colleague, the revenue minister, who is the MLA from that area. Is it not a fact that the revenue minister sought the support of those people during the last elections? Didn't he claim that all those people must have voted for him? Is it not a fact that the Bangalore North Tahsildar had issued permission to them to build houses? Is it not a fact that the Bangalore Authority had provided them water, electricity connections? Don't they have all the identity cards, from ration cards to passports, everything? Is it a realization all of a sudden descended on DK Shivakumar that they are all illegal? Hasn't he looked at the Google Earth that those people were living there for last 20 years, 25 years? So I feel that when an injustice is heaped on those people, it's a responsibility of people like Pinarayi Vijayan to comment on that. And further, Karnataka is very much part of India and it is governed under the Indian Constitution. Any citizen, every citizen has a fundamental right to comment about any incident, development that is happening across the nation. I myself, as a member of parliament, have visited many states from Manipur to Kashmir to UP when such injustices were heaped on those people. And I also would like to remind him about the statements made by his own chief minister, Siddaramaiah. If you want me to quote the date, I can say you, 2015, I think October, when he commented about Dadri lynching.
Right.
The plethora of statements that have emanated from Congress chief ministers,
Okay.
from Revant Reddy to Ashok Gehlot, and even Bhupesh Baghel called Yogi Adityanath a bulldozer nath. Where was DK Shivakumar when these chief ministers were commenting about developments that happened elsewhere in other states?
Right.
So it's a pity on DK Shivakumar that he is commenting in such a nature.
Okay, so Mr. Prajasu, that's a strong defense, but many would also say that the left's proactive raising of this issue is also because we saw in the local polls recently, not only did the UTF do well, it also became clear that Muslims are backing the UTF. Are you trying to raise this issue only because you want to reach out to Muslims ahead of Kerala elections 2026?
Madam, when we visited Manipur, Kashmir or UP or Chhattisgarh, was there elections round the corner in Kerala? We don't look at the Kerala politics or rather the election quotient when we comment about incidents happening elsewhere. Maybe the Congress High Command and AICC General Secretary could be outraged because there is election round the corner. He should check with his own colleague, K.C. Venugopal, whether there is any, electoral overtones with regard to the response of the Congress High Command when it reportedly directed the Karnataka government to make sure that justice is given to those hapless people. That's all.
Right. Mr. Britta, talking about Kerala, we also saw the UDF raise the Sabrimala theft issue in a big way. That's also a very sensitive matter. You're justifying one chief minister taking on another state chief minister for issues that he feels are important. Tomorrow, would you and your party be okay with someone like Yogi Adityanath, the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh, addressing a series of rallies in Kerala to raise the Sabrimala theft matter only because that's an issue that's important to him?
So what is Yogi Adityanath? All those people were coming to Kerala. Is it not a fact that regularly BJP leaders from Prime Minister to Home Minister, all those people land in Kerala and make unfounded statements against Kerala government? They have been doing it. And they will always do that also. Even the Congress leaders. I could see Revant Reddy, making statements against Kerala government maybe a couple of months back or weeks back. So they are doing it. Just because, you see, we don't comment about other places, we don't expect them to not comment about Kerala. Let them comment about Kerala. The people of Kerala will realize where their statements are hollow, where their allegations are unfounded, where their charges are vicious, malicious. Okay. We'll judge over that.
So you're democratic in that fashion because you're saying that others are also welcome to comment on what's happening in Kerala. But you personally have also been attacking Rahul Gandhi on different political fronts. You've also questioned his absence in Manrega debate. Is this all an attempt by the left to show how capable it is to take on the Congress given that state elections are just 3 months away?
The UDF, that is Congress, has been our adversary in Kerala politics for a long time, very long time. And even now it is like that only. And we have our set of differences which we don't camouflage. Nevertheless, at the national level, we align with Congress so that we can checkmate the BJP politics. Even when we defeated the Congress candidates, in 2004 we came forward to extend our unstinted support to Manmohan Singh government because we were committed to our cause of having a secular government. Having said that, whenever we have our own apprehensions, our own stance, we would air them It's not that you see, I just took on Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi is a huge, humongous, mighty leader compared to a small political activist like me. But naturally, it's not because of elections, not because of, say,
Right.
socio-political factors, facets, the community standings, or what the Muslims think or the Hindus think. It's not like that. We have a principled position in national politics, and on the basis of that, we comment on developments that happen in national politics.
So it's all principles, not politics, that's playing out. My last question to you, Mr. Pitras, how do you look at the intervention of Congress General Secretary K.C. Venugopal in this matter? You spoke about this. Kindly elaborate, because while we see this as reprimanding, D.K. Shivakumar has said that it's just advice from a senior. Also, do you think the rehabilitation that was announced today, is that also a result of the pressure that was created on the Congress government in Karnataka?
Absolutely correct. For a week or so, the Karnataka government didn't even care to look at those people. 1,500, 2,000 people. Even pregnant women, children, senior citizens who were thrown out of their houses. Only because the pressure mounted, only because we went to those places, only because the Kerala Chief Minister commented about that, they were compelled to look at those hapless people. And I think the real grievance that D.K. Shivakumar must be having could be with AICC General Secretary K.C. Venugopal, because K.C. Venugopal understood that. See, having such an unfortunate incident, that to a bulldozer raj happening in Karnataka, what could be their moral right to point their finger at Yogi Adityanath or somebody else in Chhattisgarh or Madhya Pradesh? The whole legitimacy, the moral, I would say the high pedestal which they were trying to have, got demolished actually in Karnataka. They are the same league with BJP governments. It was made amply clear. So I feel that D.K. Shivakumar must be pouring his agony against the stand taken by the Congress High Command and especially by the AICC General Secretary K.C. Venugopal.
Okay. CPM MP John Britta is there. Thank you so much, Mr. Britta, speaking on the politics of demolition and why the left has decided to speak on the alleged failings of the Congress government in Karnataka. Also joining us now, Prashant GS, spokesperson BJP. We have B.S. Arun, a senior journalist. We have Bhavya Narasimhamurthy from the Congress party. Prashant, thank you so much for waiting, all of you. Prashant, to you first. You have defended bulldozer action in BJP-ruled states. You can't really oppose it now. Is that why you're choosing, the party is choosing to talk about how can K.C. Venugopal talk about what's happening in Karnataka? Is the party in a sense of a dilemma because this is not something you can in an outright way oppose?
Masuda, there are two sides to this issue. Let me point out both of them. One, anybody who encroaches on government land has to be removed, dehorse their religion. Therefore, and in any part of the country. So once you are talking about government land being encroached, it is not limited to Karnataka or Telangana or Kerala. In any part or any state of the country, if there is encroachment of government land, the respective state governments have the authority and they should use authority to demolish those illegal encroachments. Be that as it may, assuming for a moment that Congress has taken the right position in terms of eviction of the encroachers who are illegally staying or whatever D.K. Shivakumar claims. But now, look at the issue in administration. Neither Shivakumar nor Siddaramaiah are able to have a say in what has to be done in the demolition process. But you have a super CM called K.C. Venugopal who will issue diktats to Siddaramaiah and Shivakumar what has to be done and also what should not be done. Because you look at how Congress has continuously engaged with Kerala government and its MP Priyanka Vadra, because they wanted to open the Bandipur forest route only to ensure access to her constituency. And when an elephant apparently belonging to Karnataka trampled a person in Kerala, Siddaramaiah announced 15 lakhs compensation, stating that Karnataka elephant killed a Kerala person. On humanitarian grounds, we were not against it. But when people of Karnataka were suffering, Siddaramaiah did not announce such compensation at that speed.
Respond
and
to that.
Also, Siddaramaiah announced 15 lakhs to 20 lakhs compensation for other disasters in Kerala, whereas when it came to issues of farmers in Karnataka,
So the Karnataka
who were
Congress
ravaged by
leaders
flood,
are fighting
Congress
amongst
did
themselves
nothing.
or just
So KC Venugopal
indulging in
decides what
governance
has to be
to
done,
follow
and
the...
they are following.
Okay, Bhavya, answer that.
Yeah. So Vasudha, this whole issue has two sides. One, the humanitarian issue, and the other one is an administrative issue. Bangalore is a fast-growing, one of the fastest-growing cities, and the challenges we are facing, and solid waste management comes on top of it. This 15 acres of land was important for the government to make sure that city remains clean. Now you see there are so many complaints about it, and for the past, the previous government, what all they had done, it is important for us to make it right. And recent demolition that happened, because I want to respond to both, CPI spokesperson as well as the BJP spokesperson. That's why I'm just bringing the whole thing, the history of this. In fact, 9 years ago, one of the notice was issued to them. And after that, so many governments, they have tried to, issue the notice and nothing really happened. But now that DK Shivakumar, the Bangalore in-charge minister, deputy chief minister, he took it really seriously. And it is important that, our city remains clean and we properly manage this solid waste that the city produces.
Bhavya, my simple question to you, Bhavya, my simple question to you, if the demolitions were lawful, why was rehabilitation announced only after the outrage and political backlash? Because it seems like an afterthought.
No. The thing is, the compensation for anyone who is eligible, even today, will be provided under the law because they were given due notice. Because this became a big outrage, the compensation, whatever we are providing, it looks like we are doing it only after the outrage or whatever. But don't you think now, whatever the left is saying or whatever the BJP, they are against each other, not us. We are a balanced party. We have taken the balanced decision. One, quickly. Of course, it is important to demolish and take that government land back in control. Second point, it is important to see whoever is eligible get their compensation and on a humanitarian basis.
Okay, it's all humanitarian.
And we are not going to tolerate any kind of government.
Before I give the chance to B.S. Arun, Prashant, respond to Bhavya.
The Congress has always indulged in appeasement, and there is no doubt on it, because they have tilted the issue to suit their convenience time and again. When a government land encroachment happens in UP and MP and the demolitions are carried out, Congress cries about injustice, and now here they support it. Fine. Congress should stop being hypocritical and accept that rule of law has to be followed in all places. The Gandhi family should not have a different position of law compared to others. And a constituency represented by Priyanka Vadra cannot have
Prashant, in other words, would you accept that rehabilitation should be mandatory after demolitions? Because you can criticize the Congress for all that you want, but it is important to accept that rehabilitation is mandatory. We have seen in so many states that bulldozer action takes place and victims have to suffer in silence for years. So this is something that needs to happen in all states. Would you agree with that?
Vasudha, if somebody is illegally encroached upon and saying that now look, government has to give me a land or rehabilitate them, it may not be. Are you saying that you encroach upon government property, stay there, and then when you are asked to get away, you say that give me a flat in return? Is that how democracy works? Can you do that? Can you have governments at ransom? But what has Congress done here? Congress probably has got its act right. They did not realize that it was their vote bank which they were targeting. Once CPM alerted them saying, look, it is your vote bank, our vote bank, Common India Alliance vote bank you have targeted. Now they've jumped the gun and probably announced compensation. You look at the statements of the leaders post the demolition, first couple of days, and now how the statements are coming. You can clearly see the pattern of the Congress
Prashant and Bhavya, I'll have to just get in Mr. Arun here. Mr. Arun, has bulldozer politics become a political... Yeah, Bhavya, I'll just come to you. B.S. Arun has been waiting for a long time. How do you look at the politics of this issue play out, sir? Because it looks to me that bulldozer politics has become a political tool rather than, an administrative action, something that needs to be done with both humanitarian ideas in mind and also the fact that there is governance that needs to be delivered.
Yes, absolutely, Vasudha. This is not the first time that demolitions are taking place. And no government, whether it's BJP or the Congress, had moved in such a fashion to announce rehabilitation package, that they would be given houses and all that. Clearly, the Karnataka government was shaken by the stand taken by Pinarayi Vijayan, and it had also shaken Venugopal, KC Venugopal, the General Secretary, because he's a strong contender to the chief ministership should Congress come to power, should the UDF come to power in Kerala in next April-May elections. So this has really propelled the Congress to act, because of which Siddaramaiah and his deputy DK Shivakumar hurriedly announced a rehabilitation package, and also DK Shivakumar, as you can see on the screen, visited the site. The fact is, Vasudha, yesterday the Bangalore commissioner released released some of the software pictures, and according to which, by 2016 there were no encroachment in that area. So which also shows that probably what the residents are saying could not be truth. So on what basis the state government will now announce the houses for these people? Okay. What is the eligibility criteria? The state government must make it clear as to what is meant by the eligibility. Okay. Whether it's based on seniority. I believe there are 38 lakh people of Karnataka who are waiting for a roof on their heads. So will these affected people in Kogilu layout, Kogilu area, will they get the priority over these people? That's an important question.
Bhavya, you have too many questions to answer now. Come on.
First one, this is to counter what Prashant was saying. We do not bring religion in this.
But Prashant had a very nice chronology.
These people had belonged to. We do not appease. This was not to appease any religion, or this was not to appease anyone. This was purely based on humanitarian grounds. And the second one, he was asking if anyone can commend approach. Of course not. Our housing minister, Zamir Ahmed Khan, has been given this task of identifying people who are deserving. And then before the 1st of Jan, to address the spokesperson of CPI, who was very concerned about the people there. Yes, we are equally concerned. Before the 1st of Jan, they will be allotted these houses. We actually will be allotting houses like 7 kilometers from this Kogilu, where we have actually built houses at a cost of 11 lakh rupees for the poor people of Karnataka. And our government in so far has built 1 lakh houses for the poor people.
Congress's moral position to oppose any bulldozer action in any part of the country, because every time there's bulldozer action, the Congress goes up in arms. But now I think you may not really have that kind of moral position. Prashant ji, yes.
Oh, okay. The thing is,
Vasudha,
when you talk about bulldozer,
Bhavya, I'll come to you. Bhavya, I'll come to you. Let Prashant respond.
Look at what Congress is doing. They are now legalizing illegal immigrants encroaching upon government lands belonging to a particular community, as Congress and CPM now have agreed.
No, we can't really call anybody illegal, right? I mean, how do we know they are illegal immigrants?
Exactly, I'm saying their position. Vasudha, I'm saying their position is that if anybody, even if there's an illegal immigrant staying or illegally occupying government lands...
That is just a question, right? We can't call anybody illegal.
No, Vasudha, let me complete. The position of CPM and Congress is anybody can encroach upon government lands and then
they can be encroachers, but they're not illegal citizens. They may or may not be legal citizens.
By the government. Is that how democracy works? You encroach upon government land, and when you're asked to vacate, you demand a house in return.
Okay, quickly, Bhavya, respond to that. Bhavya, quickly respond to that.
My first question to them, please define illegal immigrant. There is nothing called illegal immigrants. No state issues a visa for anyone entering. In fact, there are so many North Indians living in Bangalore. Like, how do you define this illegal immigrants?
You cannot talk about Indians. You're talking about people from across the border who are coming to India, the Rohingyas, the Bangladeshis who were caught. Everybody.
So you're calling the Kogilu
Indians. Okay, you're not talking about North Indians. I was talking about people from a different country illegally staying in India.
Please define
Okay, now
illegal immigrants.
that's a completely different debate. We will discuss that in the context of infiltration. Thank you so much, all of you, for being part of this broadcast. Thank you, Prashant. Thank you, Bhavya. Thank you, Arun sir, for being part of the show. As the dust settles on demolitions, the political storm is only getting louder over Karnataka's decision to rehabilitate people and also offer relief to displaced families. We'll keep tracking this story.